Pray every prayer like it's going to be the breakthrough prayer. Think about it. If you prayed every prayer like it was going to finally break through, you'd put everything you had into it. You'd pour your heart and soul into that prayer, begging God to finally come through. Wouldn't you? See, in James 5:16, it says, confess your trespasses to one another and pray for one another that you may be healed. The fervent prayer of a righteous man avails much. And if you're like me, I was like, man, I feel dumb. What does fervent mean? So I looked it up, and here I'm going to read it for y'all. It says, having or displaying passionate intensity. And then I thought this was really cool. The archaic definition of it means hot, burning, or glowing. Basically on fire. So are you on fire in your prayers? Are you fervent in your prayers? And don't tell me I'm not righteous. Your faith counts as righteousness. So pray every single prayer like it is going to break through. Don't worry. Look, I'm like it. I've gotten complacent. I've gotten lazy in my prayers where I'm like, man, I've been praying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over, and nothing is coming through. And then God's been putting it heavy on my heart of James 5:16 of the fervent prayer of a righteous man avails much. In other translations, it says the earnest and persistent prayer. We can't get complacent. We can't get lazy. Because let's think, like, if we were being complacent or lazy and that last prayer finally broke through, we'd be like, man, I really didn't put a lot of effort into that one. Mind you, we don't have any power, but God has all the power. I mean, even think about the parable in Matthew. I will leave where it was at right here, where Jesus talks about the woman that goes to the judge that didn't even really believe in God or fear God at all. Every day saying, right my wrong, right my wrong, right my wrong. And finally the judge was like, all right, fine, I'll do it so you'll get off my back. And he said, how much more does my Father in heaven listen and hear your prayers and want to answer them the more you pray them? That isn't word for word what it says. But think about it. The fervent prayer of a righteous man avails much. Anyways, I really hope this gets y'all to really start really just pouring your heart out in your prayers. And if you're like, well, I still got to accept it if God doesn't really want to do it. Yes, I understand that. But think about David. When his son was dying because he was being punished, he fasted for 7 days and didn't stop praying or begging God once to please not kill his son until his son died. And then he was like, well, and he broke his fast, and he said, I can't see him, or he can't see me, but I can go see him. Think about that. Don't give up on your prayers just because they haven't come through yet. Don't stop praying. Keep that in mind, guys. Y'all have a blessed week. I'll see y'all next time.